Sika educate, ya wo Facebook, YouTube, ne Insta. Sika educate, ya kasafa abumde awari ani mpuntuo. Sika educate, odan kama rana yenya ya huwa duro. Sika educate, unyane baby aje. Sika educate, eti like page na yem vibe. Bamodin ko YouTube ho, subscribe it. Sika educate is the name. All a man them so steady come for inspiration, motivation, wapomudin education. Sika nature hot tips no. Wafranada, wanitia, odon komo ekusika deba. Wafranada, bema jai, odon komo ekusika deba. Sika educate, ya wo Facebook, YouTube, ne Insta. Sika educate, ya kasafa abumde awari ani mpuntuo. Sika educate, odon komo rana yenya ya huwa duro. Sika educate.
Abusia, michiechi obi bia mejidi yese nyame adom. Obia ho ye pa. Ekuye sika bodanfo. Mia nkasa minie. Ene de me sugar me ho oba bibi. I'm resting my back because echena na erase na san ahyase. Enipa san betu America. Akopenia ode obeye wode betua ne dan ka no de bia didi. Nti me sugar me ho oba bi meje ma home. Efiti anopay, in fact, start fie nra. Bra Thomas eti saying, I hope say nyame adom ho ye. Efiti nra, enyumere no mu me time. I've seen a lot of things on social media. Me so me scrolly me phone no so send ye amu nyina mo ye no apepepe. And I've seen a lot of things. Me sira o say obeto me video no so ano a share video na ma me why na sama me ba beka no. I think it's a conversation that I've been stewing about and wanting to talk about for a very long time. Number one, na say mre enemaye. And number two, so no, I have a lot of sensitivities about this topic. Eya na ne kanu ya medin. Inti sasa me check me ho ansa na me di sa nkomo ya medi, but I think it is time. We can't brush away and hide behind the fact that asem no yentimi nka. Enti no asem na me ka ne tietia ne ne tintin mu nyina nie. Abusia, I love you guys so much, and I hope to say as you share this video, as you're here listening, no asem na me ka no ubebie wadwene mu na wati asem na me ka no and get the deeper meaning of what I'm saying here. Mental health ya de bia ho. A lot of times, say ben obi a oye mentally sick. Ana say bibi say ento wo wabusua mu a. Ana say unni adwuma bi mu a uhunu ne ekoso no a. Eya na unhyada ntia de ban na se papa. I know that a lot of people who are professionals in the medical and mental health space, who have had to face up to people with this kind of an illness, they understand full well. Eya na me di nkomo bebre a me de mia nkasa me ho ma brabo ne ato me ebi abusuani bi anase odofo bi owo me ho e de ye mfato ho. The reason why I do that is because me pese me ma situation it comes alive and it's real for you to understand what I'm saying. Before I met to us on so no. Me pese me mamu a mutie me nyina mutie ase se me meti we I'm not a medic. Me nya doctor. Menya nurse, nothing. Me wabusuafo mo ye bidie, but me mekuye sika de. My profession is in engineering and urban planning. Me ni mental health hunim die bia. But fortunately or unfortunately, no, I've had the opportunity to live around people who have mental health issues, and I can tell you, say, it is a very difficult, debilitating thing. Emre bia ba besin wo me mekuye sika me ni wudi sa nkomo ya brabo mu a. Mi ankasa me busuani And I won't go further than that. But as someone me catch one they say me busuani bi a wo ben me wo dama kuma so. Fell victim to sadie way. Na as somebody who before no na me ntiase na me nya experience no nkwasi asem bia na me so na me ta keka no. It had to take me going through that situation no, to fully understand the full effects of sadie way send the city. Nipa na asem no to no, I'll tell you a little bit about nipa ne background to help you understand ya making. Nipa no wenya abosome nkono. Oda so tua ne maame nufo ano, e na ne niwja no. Nti ni se na tete no. Omo try ombeye bia, they try to love her, lavish her with love and everything. Na brabo no mu odin and all of that. Ti ofasa atibia we mu nyina adi nyini. Wanyini ya odum pempenso obi no. Wani obi woe. Abra na won sheda nye ready se nko be wo ne first boyfriend a okofa no. Enyin se kokopie mu. En wo woe. Wo wuwie ye no. Na afei enipa no a wone ne wo ye no ye broni. Enti broni ne na busuafo ye kanana se wo mo beboa no ama na kwa aburo na chi. Na wakwa akɔhye brase wo ho. Na ode ne ba no nso aba se ne be ya akwala no nso benya good future. On the face of it, it sounded like the right thing to do. It made sense and everything. Ne nipa no ji penny. And wo mu exchange sa contract no ne ba papa no ebusuafo mo ya abrofo. And one akwala ni nyina o mo ye ne mmoa e de ne kwotena aburo na chi. America abontene so. And one ne batie no otete ne ba. But agreement na e wo ho ne say akwala no ko holidays bia no oji ayi holidays wo school a obekọ ne sine na busuafo ho akosra wo mu emre so obekọ school a ne asan de na aba ma ne maame nti arrangement equal so be se emfie miensa mfie nan afi akola ekoya wa mabiem baby a wonim se ne ba no wo no okokọ frɛ ho yesi wo mu ne ba ne papa ne na busuafo nyina wo matu ho wo mu nte ho biem. Sister Aisha niye saying, Sister Abigail, I hope you guys are doing good. Sister Aisha say, mental illness doesn't discriminate. It can affect anyone, regardless of your age, gender, income, any baby awufie. Geography can play role be our mental health. Sometimes even people who are affluent, ube say na we always sika we wiase nyina da e de yakaso won to krokra obetimi ato na mental health ye firi hin. I've even seen people who are comedians. Martin Lawrence would Jimmy wo movie mu debie. Even he has mental health issues and he talks about it publicly. Enti enye se yade bi ase hia wa neto anasa wo kodan na bia neto de bi etimi to bia. Etimi to dasani bia. Nti asema ameken Mami bay, nisi and in a busuafo age akola efi ne nsem. It took her only 20 years of deciding say wakaso wo ye civilian wo no ankasa de na hoden ya woni kapre bakra de pre wo abrochire se wo pe ne ba no a wonya no. Enti no wo de ne ho kwhye military mu. Ekọ ho training, ekọ hinhin, ye de ne kọ enkura wo wiase a ntokwa sisi so nyina ye de ne kọ so bi. Bye. Enipa no apart from so ye army no wasan kopel law cry ye kan ho e ma no ye attend crown so san kan abrabo ho e wo military ni mu. It's very successful wa ye bibia wa woni bibia wanya bibia ma na ba ne nsem wa to ne dan wa ye bibia said as any ye biara. After 20 years of fighting, of searching, using military intelligence ne ho nkwa ne ba nyina no obehu baby a ne baba no after 20 years no ne ba no wo but obehu ne ba no ntete ya ye de ama ne nyina akoye so ye broni akola enti no wontimi ne African parent omo niema no eni nhye da nhia papa emefa so mama me ni di abobo se me be ya me peno anenti me kokko kan ame ho me kokko sua ade ebe ya attorney epese me din ka me di military intelligence na ma bra pe me be fe me be kra mpemani mahwe eno kra be man issues ni nyina san be ye 10 times worse. Sister no ye do ni bia ya ne ye ben no ye said ye be ye ni so ade biara, but you know it still wasn't enough. Dakro onu ankasa ni fie a wato onu ankasa ni fie a wote sister no kota ahoma ene wo de sen ne ho ene owu free wiase enipa no wo be me pa close enye nchen moja kro ne nam yemu asema making is not fabricated story bi amakote. I lived this, I lived it into me hu asem na making ne nipa no wo hwe no se ne wo sitie ne suban ne niye won kase won no be ye bibi se da biara da. That is the point that I'm trying to make here. Ese sento wada ento wada. People who suffer mental health issues normally and typically don't do anything to make you a one ne kratie no se bibi say and or FM and answer bibi say no person wo ye ne ho anaso wo be hye ne ho akonfo obi a wo person wo hye ne ho akonfo no kreso no. They don't go making no public announcement that on such and such a day I'm going to commit suicide. They don't do that. Uhu so obi yes it is 9 times out of 10 a cry for help. This is say baby amasem na dru no e bro me so me hia moa munso me mu na afa de me ntimi biem. But the people who have purpose say ade aso mesi na mpesem de ye me ho beku me ho afiri ase no wo mo monka ye mpempi no. They don't give no warning, they don't tell nobody, they just kind of live their life and make you think say well yesura abofo. Sister ya me kana say me ne best friend no yesofo. Ne best friend wa your sofo. Enti wo best friend your sofo a nkomo be na sofo ne na downfo mu di. Wo masem nyina ye nyame asem. Wo mo sori anopa mo bo mpaye biom. Awia ye bo mpaye, anadwo ye ka bibia ye bo mpaye, ansa ne ada. Ne best friend your sofo. Enti one kanchire ye mu bia no enka na danfo sofo de enko yi na sutre kra no one kanchire na danfo ne se mintimi biom se na mabrabo na ye na sofo anya bibi mfa ho anka hwe anchire sofo. He said nothing. This is the person we're talking about. A do ben ye na yamfa no enkomo ben na ye ne na ani anopa wi anwumra na dwo enipa wo ne ho all the time. It still wasn't enough for nipa waye na dwene se ewiasen sensem na funu me. Chemical imbalance na take place when nipa ne brain mu no. She can't just deal with it anymore. You know, the only option for me and say meku me ho na me free wiase. If your best friend is a pastor, you go and eat the Bible. Exactly. Sister Shikaba Bio say you're absolutely spot on because this is my daily bread. I'm telling you, me your doctor. I don't have any medical qualifications, but I lived it. I lived this reality. I know what I'm saying. I lived it too. I lived it. Me nini pano ewo ho say ye din komo de bia no peri anwumre. Yes, we all go through days when we're down, we're miserable. It's your name didn't come be, you know. It's nyame domine. Se nyame domi aden wa man so hwe bi say bebre atome. Aden ti na wa ma say atome ni achichire ne re ne ye nyina ye san akọ Bible ho no. James chapter 5 was a very popular baby and near taiko king kan niema wo ho. We did everything we could do. Me say na the best friend here so only had the keys to the fee. That was how close our ne sofo no omoye. That was still not enough. If your best friend is a pastor, you would think say bibi an kefenya misem ho de nka wo ye amaga hoho. Mami ya ye kana se mi. Emra na me teenager no. Wono. She really brought me into Christian faith to even a higher order. No send me Kirk Franklin nyom videos back in the day, you know. So our DVD new CD say what we are seeing that she used to mail those things first class from US to Ghana for me. This is the person that we're talking about. So Uncle no, what would to me yet to say camouflage you? Yadeɛ no etimi mo yet they're so sneaky and so crafty about adeɛ a wɔpɛ so wɔyɛ ne nsɛm a wɔbɛka kyerɛ wo no. They don't tally ever. Mami, bɛyɛ 6 months ansa no no ankasa bɛyɛ ne ɔde yɛ no ho no. Na damfo bi a no wɔwɔ military mu. Na ɔne ne kɔba. Bra ne hyɛ ne ho akɔmfo no wuye. Bɛhwɛ me mami. Se nipa ne de Thomas a. Na Thomas nso so de nsɛm hunu no wadie. Ɛdeɛ nko ara na ebetimi ato wɔ wiase a ɛbɛma wapɛ sɛ wobɛyi wo ho afiri wiase. Nipa no ɔyɛ bi 6 months later no. Did you hear what she said 6 months before about somebody else? Won no. Bibia ni ho a ebetimi ama na adwen bi sɛ kura timi aba ne tirim da. That is how they behave. They tell you all the nice things they want you to hear. They laugh and smile when it's appropriate for them to do so, to make you never dream in your wildest dreams. Say, plan when any panafa when it trim. Nen so ne nipa na ebre. Nipa na obre. Ebedru baby no. Some of us became privy to the fact to say, or suffer with depression. Ya de na hospital. Ya man in nro se won. Abusia. Ni wo nechi. Ekuya sika me kopie ni fie ho no. Eno ni ya pack agu eyi. Won say eyi mo am wo printers ni photocopiers ni ade wo fie no. Won say paper no turn it in a rim. It's ye be 8 and 10 rims of paper she box mu no wakwa akoto. Sa box na papers ni ye de rims ni hihye mu no. Sister na packing in right the ama ni nyina de agum. Ba ku bia ni ho a obi so da adan a. She doesn't like the way I know no man feeling to one. 5 minutes she can be on top of the world. Hey, or no bedding komo, or bekan kwasi aseme wo wiase am wasre. 2 minutes later, she's in a deep slum, and you ask yourself, say, how is somebody able to switch modes to send your wasses and the draws? How is it possible? Say obetimi ne wasre se amama sre twi na da form na wutinis you. 2 minutes later, she's crying. The two things just do not make no sense at all. But na sana no tie. Later on now, I won't see actually no. Some of us now find out say why you're bipolar and no sign what a dear being post-traumatic stress disorder and in same bebre going on all at once. Unfortunately, no. Emra ya hwe ho e say sister na kwa akoka se wo ye mane busuani bi anase na damfo bi ehun ne medical bibia. It's doctors treating her no. We're not allowed to let any of us know say ade ni etuamu ni. We weren't trained. We didn't know nothing about anything, but we found some of her behavior and very odd. So 1 minute she's laughing and giggling and wakan kwasi asem. 5 minutes later also. We found it weird. We found it odd. But obia no dear way attention seeker. Dear no dear son what here. And wait 5 minutes no was straight and not 2 minutes was nim dear why attention seeker. Attention seeking no Korean say me sika on my 30th birthday 31st December 2010. Nam Cape Cod, Mamuti America, no Cape Cod Military Cemetery, no. That's where I spent my 30th birthday. Yeah, ne pano, ne ashes kurame. Attention seeker ashes, ne kutame. So I know what I'm saying. Mental health is no respecter of persons. It's me too yenina. Ekuya sika me dahe. I've had bouts of depression, so I know what it is. My me ho adwuma I me ho aduro I me ho ne esese me ye bia nti me ho obi a ne ye ne nhye dan sisi so papa. I'm not so quick to judge anymore, but they have to take going through saade no. to understand. They say, oh my God, how a friend is saying naive and ignorant I was to think say will be shedda and way. Increased levels of fear, worry, or panic can make them cry. Mental health. Sister, I have had my own struggles with mental health, and I'm telling you that I know what it is. I know. Meni mo adi nkɔmmɔ da ama maka akyerɛ mo sɛ me ankasa me try sɛ mehyɛ me ho akɔmfo, not once, not twice. I've said it several times on my own platform. Mmerɛ na meka me story no, I talked about this very thing. I did. Yɛn nyinaa no, nipa bi a woyɛ, no matter who you are, we all have a head, a brain, in which there's supposed to be chemical balances as it take place. Mental health is a bitch, but it's more difficult when the person is in question isn't willing to seek medical. Sister, that is the difficult part of the whole thing. Not even acknowledging yourself, say you have a problem and you need help. It's so painful for the people who sit aside to sit and watch you say, oh, now one person. Because you see, a lot of it has to do with stigma, no. The stigma associated with mental health issues. Asem ni si ya wa share no ho akonfo nkonkonsa. Nsem be nia inti sa family we nyina se bodambo wom. So there's madness in this family. And asankofo we mu de. But what people don't realize is that there's a thin line between sanity and insanity. Yen nyina ye nam ho no bodambo kakra bata yen nyina ye ho. That is what you guys don't realize. Wo nam ho a wo kan obi de criticize you obi no. Bodambo kakra bata won so ho. The only thing holding things together is that sa chemical balance na wo utirimu na nyantem fa so. Ahoma no nso ye tia, etefa mu a. Ehona na abehu se nea abeye ho fi afa. You know, it's very easy for people who haven't had a close call with somebody suffering with mental health issues to be so quick to judge them because when papa, it doesn't make any sense. It does not make sense. It's hard for you to understand in your unyansamuno. So say nipa be yes divine way. And that is the problem. Na sa stigmatization no so no. It's in our culture. I can tell you, say, me maami free mu a be se mfie num o se mfie nan yachi. Mini ekọ eburo yachi baby a ekura na me no amenete so no me maami kọ ho. Wo koye no, and obi invite in party bi, no wo koye, woni me nua wodi machi mienu. Ya wono nso te sa akro na aso no ano. Wo mu mienu nyina akọ ho. No wo koye no, somehow some way na mama enu bi wo party na se. Ena no omo ka ola girls ho asem. Ena omo kan ya no mkaka se o na sister kama bi ewa abusua we mu ana ne tuntum ye omo fe na ejire da omo sim e na free hi kosi hi wo mo describe me mami pepepe. Na me mami ti omo chi. Wotie nsem ni nyina no wo so ne ti. And our sister kama said dear, a dear kwan a bit me a shan so a bema wa pes will be yin who could free riasi, Jimmy Sembi say, and a dear, one more candy. You know how we talk. Kick can someone back can you na, me mammy a dean, best at 30 minutes, she couldn't take it no more. Well, sorry, and no could dinner table, no catch it almost say, it's your young kwan, it's your dream. And to wada. And no free party nasi kofi. Me come and akusi say. A lot of us talk out of ignorance because asem no e bin to that. When you be our yadi sa etrimu yadie, when you bin tnada, when you bin nya yonku febia dentino, atu ne nkwasi ankeka. Atu ne nsem hunu keka because you've never had to live it, so you just don't understand. But the fact that you don't understand doesn't mean that it's real or it doesn't happen. It does happen. There's a lot of things that tip people over the balance. Yen nyinaa yɛ wɔ asase so yi, yɛn nsatea wɔ hɔ yi, nya pɛ. Ebia me, yɛbɛtumi atwa me mfie mpɛn dunan. It doesn't do nothing to me because nyame ahyɛ me den sɛ yɛtwa me dunan koraa na sɛ m'ani gu so na mtumi home a, I keep going. But the fact that I can do it doesn't mean say sister Nana Manso should be able to go through it. It's ye trying me no na sister ama Nana ma start say what tia. Ese say ye me nwanwa say na sister Nana Manso so e de enkwala asem no odie e twa ye twa ne me nu pe no osi ho aye wo ye dede na me aye twa me do nine so me nka sen there be o enye sa na asem ne tie. We all have our limits and our thresholds in this life. The fact that I can take 14 surgeries and still be sitting here talking to you doesn't mean, say, as I said, me expect to say, Sister Aisha, you're trying to me and sound kind of nuntum. Sister Aisha's threshold may be 2 surgeries. Sister Nanama diabetes me aye 4. Me body no. At me I will stand 14. I don't say so money now so diet me yensa. You know, we human beings, we've just got to get this into our heads, you know. Sa hoɔden no wo bia ne ne de hwɛ nsa ne nyinaa tenten nya pɛ obi kunu betimi awu agya no obi yire betimi awu agya no wayɛ single mother single father no ɔno nko atete mamienu mamiensa eba nan ama na yeye. Give that same scenario to me mekuye sika and I will not know how to deal with it. We all have our threshold that betimi obi ba betimi awu. Enipa ne betimi deal with it and God will give her the grace to sustain her. Obi nso ba betimi awu ne ba hye ne ho akonfo ano no nso ahye ne ho akonfo bi because she can't deal with that void. This is reality. Sa mental health semi yenye Ghana for we don't even want to hear it, let alone talk about it. But mani mema mutie mi amuwe bro yechi, you know that these things are real. Bulimia is a thing. Obi ohwa wodidi happiness ne niti a wo wiase nyina ne so wodidi. Wodidi na nafuye mana so ntimi a no ono ansa de ne nsa ahye ne minim no asa afie aduane ne nyina apie. It is a thing. Eye yade ye hankofo. Obi nso de ne se mesondodo. Enti me mpese aduane ma me ye kese. Enti woni mi didi biom. Enti odi banana two equal obesa de nsa ahye nanum afia piaba. Anorexia is also a sickness and also a mental health sickness. Depression it can happen to just about anybody. Yankasa media kuyesi kanti media mintimi nya depression and answer all the black or junti with their wound to me nya the dead. Mental health is no respecter of people. Mitiwe, I've had it. Not once, not twice. I've had it. Me kwa ye na se bae no. Me dofo no. Because imagine say one no dofo akasa nne. Say me ne mo kasa you've talked. When in din komo, mo asre everything. The next day o friend ni pano a o nte ne nka. Wa fra. E call voicemail won fa. Adiasa. You can't rest. You can't because ya will say BBSC, but you don't have no proof. That time now, 70 years, me take Ghana abontene so. My sister worry, na me call wedding ni bi. Ano no wa America. And I me frɛ no, me papa frɛ no, me maame frɛ no, me nuanom nyina frɛ no, won fa. Efi, ye wo hɔ a, na danfo sɔfo ya frɛ. Ese, wonte ne nka. The night before no, wokɔ ne hɔ ɛmɔ no a mo ne shitɔ ne ayi di ya bobɔ nkɔma wo fane ne bɔ mpae no so na ni kum no gya ne hɔ ade ɛkyen ye wantimi ankɔ anopa no enti anwumre na still wanting ne nka no and o decide say ene won fa ne phone it's weird wanya saa enti 2 foot of snow papai driving the car hwa koko pie ho obo ne punu mu wafrɛ no everything no answer bibi ye ne so won kɔhwɛ garage ni mu no ɔhwɛ sɛ the car ne si hɔ a because 2 foot of snow there when two car won't be nkɔ ba bia okɔteta yi ni mu a ne car ne nso si hɔ ne ɔwɛn mame nsanye one last check ma anye ana memfrɛ police ne ahwehwɛ no a mame na ahyɛ ne ho akɔmfo ne garage mu dia homa send ne ho ama sɔfo papa sɔfo akɔto so. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Now to Ghana ni afrɛ sɛ o maame eno a ne kasa ya wɔne wo sirisiri ye joke so ɔno kra wo be pack ne nneɛma aba Ghana no ade a wayɛ no ho no. How do you live with yourself with that kind of a news? And I had to cut my holiday short to Ghana, try plane ticket, besting by England, twice so a besting by US. Me see me 30th birthday. Nani ashes ne kuta me say. And ye didn't call military cemetery, I could see. That was how I spent my 30th birthday. My life and everything I had planned, everything changed within a space of 12 hours because of a big decision. Why? And our lives have never been the same after Sadian. After all these years, 2010, you're 2022, 12 years later, you're born in the biat senia, what's and chain na nene. There's not a single day that passes. I ain't kana sembi, and I say yen kind say, hey, okay. And that is mental health for you. That is mental health. Sanity. There's a lot of things that trigger mental health for a lot of us. And Niyama Bibri, Sister Catherine is saying, Sister Nanama, God bless you for being here. Yes, stealing is a mental health illness. They have that, they and this, short-term gratification about so be ready. Uriadie ni wie na sa rush no adrenaline rush no free no so wi anu anu ne ho so fa but wontimi nsan fa nkoto ho yare. We must destigmatize and normalize mental health illness, offering people the chance to talk about their experiences. And that's what I'm doing. I don't care what anybody thinks about me anymore because I don't have to live my life to prove anything to anybody. So I don't give a toss about what you think. I don't care. Matrasa, be careful stage. You can think whatever you want to think. You can do whatever the hell it is you want to do to me on social media. Me, I'm actually me read. It's me, I have no shame talking about nyamafemu and nyameniahu when it comes to mental health. Because easy, sir. If you don't understand something, that doesn't mean say it is not a thing. That doesn't mean say you should be negative about it. No. The fact that you don't understand doesn't mean that at all. One more bipolar no. They are so crafty in American. Ne ye ne send you besi aye no ho afa no ugina ne ho obeka se wahye da no oye saa me se maami wo betimi asore some days no wahye hot pants no wayi na fu ho ne honam no onam ho se o shode no onam ho 5 minutes later no osu. It is a thing. It is a thing. Mental health illness is real. Etu nipa bebre. The fact is wo de nyame aye wadom na wadwe anti amfaso na ekuye sika de ati afaso doesn't mean say you're much more of a person than me. There be biane na mane. Yes, you tini ni amane doso. Enso nyame ye free ni nyina mu. It is a meme na medium. Na the beba biginas so na the abebu matense and I me wabusiani bia na waye depressed. I don't care. I don't care. But it is the truth. And the time I yen ye beji atum se senia ye yefunu ye a ye koji ye friend sen trasilicate senia ye tipa ye ma ye para any broofing ya wayasi ya o ya wutimi koji edien acid enum no saa pepepe no nso no wadwene ye wo hwe ye no nso timi yare ma ne ye. What I have never understood is how we are able to accept it when somebody has a tummy ache, has a headache. Ne na ya de na hye crutches, ya yi ne kidney, ya yi ne liver, wontime wo, ya yi na wo de. But when somebody has mental health problems, we just can't accept that. Eno menti ase because it is a thing too. So won sat to me yare a, esesa wadwene nso timi yare ma ne ye. Once it is a part of your body, it anunsu to me yare mani ye. Me tiri hu kura timi tutu, ema minya alopecia, pensa adwene na ehye etire. Think about it. Think about it. Doesn't it make sense? There's a lot of things that trigger people. So many things. Obi wo ho no mo a. Bisa me ma mi say no. After it all happened, na ye tena sia, ye dwene and it's so sad to say, asem na sia wie no. Afe na ne be postmortem. Ye tena se a ye dream nipa no na brabo ho from beginning no to the end no. It made sense. Because one no 9 months. Enufo odaso tua nufo anu no. Na ni ewuja no ho. So she started life thinking say e no fault to send maami wuye. Eti ono why criminal. She used to say those things a lot, and people, now why are you saying that? And tisa, and ya no kre, and ade. But did she ever get treated for that thing? No, she never did. And then no koto. Ne beya semwa. Wu imagine, mo amutie mi amoye matan. Imagine. So wa wo ba. Ani obi a wo na nipa ni mpe obi omu. Na wa defe wa se o me pese me ben me ba nti meboa mo aba abrochiri nti bra na so oje penie na akotena abro na chi na nipa ne befa ne ba holidays bia no ono so akọ enjoy no de wa de abrew and then one time obefa ne ba no de nakwa yansa amfa ba na ama. Think about it. Say how would you feel? Eba wonu tua wonufo anu ana wonum anaju da suo mu osu awa wo call hospital because ne ho mfa no awa ne ho ye hia awa na ayakoba ne sa no. What will you do? And when we sat down and began to break it all down and look at the nyama na nipa na famu no a, it followed and made perfect sense to say, of course she broke. Of course, she broke at a point. But none of us were medically trained. Dear free said we can lavish her with love and make her understand. But mental health is not something you reason with people. You can't reason. You want to mean fa perfect sense, no, and find reason mental health. That is where we all get it wrong. I used to be ignorant and stupid too. That means so make a conquest and somewhere yeah be. But it had to take me going through the experience to now understand to say, hey, if you don't understand something, don't be so quick to say don't be too judgmental. Asem na ato no ebetimi ato ye mu bia, because we all have our threshold of a niyama we can put up with, a niyama your chemical balance no can reason out with. Enye nyina ena ye wasa sebio ahoden no na se wo ahoden na se mimi ni bia, that shouldn't make me feel that I'm lesser of a person than you. Because ebi amensusu ma de bi wo ho amensu me yawo, even if you die 10 times and come back untimi nye wo bia nko, wo bia ne strength nko, wo bia ne weakness nko. So let's just get something straight and not be too quick to judge people without fully understanding. Ni nipa no wafam, any baby a nipa ni free, any baby a nipa no woko. because I have lived around a lot of mentally challenged people. And I can tell you, say, sister, bra. Answer now, bebu, biateno. Try not to nipanase, what? Answer now, be so quick, so be judge you, bino. Understand it first. Answer. Ansana. I've had bouts of depression myself, and I'm not even afraid. I'm not ashamed to say this. I'm not. Mekɔ ayie n'ase baeɛ no, nneɛma a mekɔhunu yɛ, ahoma a wɔde sɛn ne ho. Ama sese ahoma koraa kyekyere hɔ. Sɛ ɛyɛ pole, sɛ ɛyɛ skipping rope, sɛ ɛyɛ ahoma yi a yɛde sɛn yɛde washing ɛsɛn so wɔ Ghana. As soon as I see any rope coiled up at that corner beam, I change the channel because it's a big trigger for me. I can't deal with it. It's been 12 years. I still can't deal with that. Wamu ye movie bi no wabo chere, they show something impression ne chere se nipa ne ba be ku ne ho. I change the channel. I cannot watch that. I can't. Ube se na wasi agu me na inside me no ma starti wo so inside. I can't do it. I can't do it. It happens. It happens, and I'm still dealing with that. And for a long time, I blamed myself because nipa no mene ne kasa every day, sometimes 2-3 times a day. Your conversation back to me lasted 1 hour. I blamed myself. Maybe she said something that I should have heard in a different way. I started playing back conversations and the last few weeks, few months, I started playing it back in my mind. Did I miss anything? Did she say something that I should have caught on to? I should have reported to somebody else? Sister, it drove me mad. That drove me mad. It's me kwa ye nasi baye no. Ye nasi de no my robot. I didn't have no feelings. Ye did that no. Ye didn't call ye crematorium. Every say it's just like wako baby. You have a fixed time for a year, 10 days. You have to vacate the house. You're very possessed. You be say. So we as a autopilot. You just had to get through those 10 days. And then you go back to your normal life. Me call England back no afi me de me suitcase akoto there me wie na maka no na tomu no. Now I have to deal with my own demons. It wasn't easy. Me call by offer me mental health emission na we so me de then we ku ne ho asem de. Sister. Little did I know. 2 months mintimi na. 3 months mintimi na. Holland Barrett remedy bia yetimi de ma utimi de bia ni ho amantrai. I went to my doctor, and one particular night I literally knelt down on my knees and begged him to just give me anything to help me sleep. Because now for 3 months, madama na bro swaya 1 hour, na me niati. And then my mind just starts roaming and wondering, na kosi Boston ho, and in the sea, and in the free. Hi. It was tough. It really was. Until me said, no, I can't do this anymore. Na me friend say, mo say mental health. Me anam say me impenso, me boa. I want. And in the midst of sadness, of not being able to sleep and all of that, I had an accident. And I'm booming, and that was the beginning of pain for the next 2 years for me. Me na mu buye, na me ti wheelchair mu. Me ma me ebe shia me wo kotoka ohun se me ne bati wheelchair mu no osu. I had to be broken to pieces in order to be fixed again. And now I am a completely different human being when it comes to mental health issues because I saw it, I lived it. And the end was not a good end. Unfortunately, we weren't trained enough. Even if we were, me say the best friend your suffer. They see each other 2-3 times every single day. We see no one no peri anumre. Obi betimi asi obi wo ho kwan ensa sofo timi ye. Sofo akora ntimi anye. Pemse me. Yeah, na me te baby. Osofo was 8 miles away from Nifie. Even he couldn't do it. What could I do from England? What could I do? Media ne so ofre me a na mafa ne edi nkomo na eda na ni begie ne asre. Areho no nso ba ne ada ne Bible ne aka ho. I remember one of the last conversations until nyame wo ho pa ni. The same person who was sending me Kirk Franklin would be some sent in nyame wo ho pa ni. You've said it all, sis. This is a very important issue that needs to be addressed, and we need to be educated about it. Mental health can elude a lot of people without them knowing they have it. And it plays in a different way and different direction for different people. Thank you for touching on. Sister, if you're feeling suicidal, you are not alone. 1 in 5 of us thinks about suicide in our lifetime. Are you sure it's not even all of us? Remember that these feelings won't last, and there's help available to keep you safe now and to help with the problems that may be causing this suicidal feeling. Please call the Samaritans. England, please, let me actually just pin this. As someone, Sister Aisha Akin, very important as well. There's no shame in mental health. No shame whatsoever in mental health. Eno ene ya diban a eno nti nipa bebre ya de eniam pese e beji atom kura se ye yare. Because ye de kwa akoto me medical file so e bi e ba affect adwuma a metimi anya eti wonim we de ma memfa nhya me ho. We de hya ho anye ye sister. We de hya ho abra. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I've seen people that are medical, your friend is saying, military ogbodo. And ki can you were the highest ranking officer. A military moon so the enki show weakness be our but mental health is a thing. It is no respecter of nothing. We are mampeni, it's me now. We are dear ben, it's me now. We are hiani, it's me now. We are sikani, it's me yow. Has nothing to do with sika wo, status wo, abusia wo free mu, ekura wo tiswo. You are bebrete to Ghana, they have mental health problems. Especially the ones no, unfortunately no. One went to me, who no say, as a swarm would did what my whole ding, and the woman somewhere druma, and a year druma, but rather no, what we decide this woman bet Tom. A man could craft one mrantia for near fire. What you don't realize is that mental health has a whole wide of dimensions, and it has a lot to do with one kasano or personal senya wuhu hufa. So if you don't understand, if you don't accept yourself, if you think so lowly and so poorly of yourself, now free say, ubetimide, say bema we bedi ubie, now we nso fa ubie, na kuya nso abedi bie to cover up a pain and avoid that nothing else seems to come no. Efe ubeye wie, ubedi sikabe wie, wesi wudan, watoka, wawuma, you have everything. But you still can't silence that voice. Because enye sika, enye dia ye ube me obi adi, enye fa ube man kofa fa ofofole no. Anase nipa betwa ho ahia na mre bia dede wo ho no. It's what is going to cover up for that void that is in there. It is a chemical imbalance wa adwene ni mu. There's nothing that can replace that. But going and facing up to the fact say me yare, I need help. And a lot of people, if say your culture no ni your community ni mu no, and ki enya so judgmental and kan kwofo bebre be kwa yare hwe. But Ghana for nkeka. Ghana for nkeka. Enunti. The nipa bebre penti. Cover up. Just so that nobody would think that BBI a wom. Hey, enkofo bebre a mo hihye ntade frefra ntoma. In actual fact, no. Ni ekoso wɔ n'adwene mu nyinaa kyerɛ sɛ wɔnhyɛ pioto kora no nam. You see a lot of people do crazy things on social media and you find it funny, but I don't. Young women, I don't find it funny. It is a crying for help. It takes people with particular to see, say, no, this can't be normal. But we're so quick to judge. Things that we don't understand, we are so quick to talk about it, even when we don't understand it. Bipolar ya. Even the people who treat it on a daily basis, even they don't fully understand it yet. Bipolar disorder no sadie no. And they say, what can I say? Oh, he can be green 5 minutes, the next day were orange, blue, pink. Sa unni obi wo ho. Na se nipa no. Woko shop mu no ohu t-shirt bi a. Obetimi ato black, red, orange, brown, green, yellow, pink, purple, white. Is it normal? Does that sound normal to you? Say bi a wo ho. Wo $500. Wo 500 pounds a wo de be shopping. Nebi a wako Selfridges, wako hu se omu wo t-shirt bi wo ho. Eye ofe. To me, common sense would tell me, say, I'll buy a couple, but I ain't still going to spend $500 and answer 500 pounds me shopping to buy just one t-shirt in different colors. It does not make no sense. Nipan wayare. People go and buy bags, shoes, jewelry, thousands of dollars and pounds. Want it label no kura mfiri ho na ni nyina agu ne wardrobe mu. Christ ne dear sister Rabna, I'm not disputing that. But you'll be very surprised to find they say, baby I copy a experimental touch of Christ no. That is why a lot of people don't even want to hear that, my love. One of the worst places to go. Unfortunately, but the worst and the last place to go when you have mental health issues, unfortunately, my love, hey, I saw it there. That is where it starts from. You would think that the church will be a loving place. A loving place. Send Christo do ye nyina no de na basasa full of love no edi twa ye hu hia. But unfortunately no baby a wo kopesa exceptional touch of Christ no eho e na temu no e hase and sister edi na die ni and sister edi and say. And if I go to a place and the people who are supposed to be Christian, Christ-like, George me am kopedian ho. Me kopedia ben ene wo ho. It's the issue of acceptances. But how can you accept something when the people who are supposed to support you accept something, Sister Catherine, are the very people that how do you accept something? We Africans, when something is different, it means difference is bad. But difference has nothing to do with being bad. Most churches will even mistake bipolar for witchcraft. Absolutely, and American. Say then it means it's a bad thing. That is our natural as a biblim for. Instead of paying more attention to this thing, what is this thing? How can we deal with it? No. One hear you cry, Becca say be exorcism. Ya be bru be ye ne frumu. As if beating can change a chemical imbalance in your brain. And yes, as I see a bomb pie many pakro, then nipano, when you're made in a basasa ekano, but deeper than that, The person needs mental health treatment. We'll hear. And the love and support of a nipa jina piti wo nipa no ho in the time of need. But no, we you know, obi yare. Okosra ne wa mpe bia no anu no. People who have mental health issues need your love and support for the long haul. And your 5 minutes thing, and your 2 minutes asem, and yes, now kosrana immediate chinamin to me maybe. That is why there's very little help available, because they are very labor intensive and we ain't prepared to do it. That is the problem. And to me, all I'm saying is that I've seen a lot on social media about mental health and this and that and so many issues. And from yesterday to today, I've seen a lot of things. But all I'm saying is that mental health is real. Hey, idea to nipa. And to ada. Stop being judgmental over things you don't understand. Or try to brush it aside and make it look like and belittle it as if it is nothing, because it happens and it's real. And from my own personal experience from me mami awa yes adi, and I can tell you on good authority say womo yare bipolar no womo was adi no. They can be happy-go-lucky, jumping and smiling 1 minute. 2 minutes later, they're doing the exact opposite, extreme opposite of what they were doing, and you wouldn't even know what hit you. And it is very normal them. That is how they are. There's a lot of things I'm free, sir. Event na me fair munimu. For some people, shopping is what makes them tick. Borrow, because that's that split second of feeling good. 10-20 minutes of feeling good, no? It gives their brain 15, 20, 30 minutes, 2 hours, whatever shopping spree or mokoy and that time frame to shut off that pain that they're feeling inside there and make them feel normal for a time. But onya de niama ni begu ho ria na sa rush ni nyina asante, then they sink further into more depression after being on an all-time high. And that is what I experienced. That is what I saw. Obi so the and say, ube hu se mfitiasi no, the person is bubbly, always excited about life, always looking forward to something. All of a sudden, there's a lifetime major event to be like it's something really painful. It could be a loss. It could be say be ane mame yare. Yare na ane mame yare na ma life-changing transformation has happened. And the person can't deal with it no more. And so because of that, then the panel decided to say, I can't hang around this pain. I can't live with a mom who is sick all the time. I can't cope with some mame woho. Na me hu ne some mame ne nsaye mienu. All of a sudden, wayari me yetwa ne nsabako. Se say bibia me mame be bia just say me na maboa no. I can't cope with that no more. It's no in who question. I saw that too. I saw and I lived it with Madame Fubia, same way, so no. Just a few short years after going through me mama day. And I know what I'm saying. I'm not a medic. I can't give no diagnosis, say way yare way, and away way yare way. But I've seen mental health right under my nose, and I've experienced bouts of depression myself. On the back of Semiko Siemi Mami. It got to a point where it was so bad. To me, nasumu. Na se me brain ne crab switch off ama metimi ada. Ada ma da pa. 1 hour 30 minutes. Meniati. Nti da krominam krom. Menikum. Even walking, I was sleeping. Na me na pulling, and I fell and I broke my ankle in 3 bits. That was the beginning of disaster, because surgery, you see, we are non-weight bearing. Means to me, I had no help. It me hoppy around with my crutches, And I mean nine me koto so and also you know ahumani bi koti free mu na no so dane ye and I sat I had 3 operations in 2 years. Na me kasa na me te wheelchair mu a me ni hu me a wotu yesum. But he had to take me ma many wu no in some way free mu bae, refusing to get help, finally being broken down to realize that I actually do need the help to now be in a place I mean this uncommon with the actual. I did get help. Now a friend is saying that's a crane they saying something after suicide. Despair after suicide. Enipa na oye no. Na ye broni maami bi ewo England or she died too. Christine, Mireille finish surname. Despair after suicide. She used to live in Blackburn who say her baby. Manchester mfichire her baby. Na no what here. And we used to have phone sessions. One ankasa ne brother. Na no oye a manager of Manchester Airport. Wano de o ne garage mu ana o spark ye na otutu mu ana ono ade fumes no kun ne ho. And that is what inspired the sister to create that avenue when crofo timini ne be dis ade ne ho nkomo. Anyway ya ne ba o free school ba na ne ba na sen ne ho ne fan mu woni dem. This one did this one did that till 2 a.m. ni afre no so omra Manchester we yaku ne ho we ya say obi kunu aye say obi anom overdose in Sembebre. But ultimately no maami no so be yare and she died. So I lost Christine. But I used to have sessions with her for a very long time. And I'm not ashamed to say that I had to admit that I needed help and I got the help. And that is why I knew this uncle. You know, I told my ex-mother-in-law about some of her son's behavior that is out of the norm. And she kept saying, don't bother. Don't bother. And that is how he is. So, being in denial. And no Nana sister Catherine Kano. Being in denial and not even wanting to admit that, no, mebano, there's something. It's young paya. It is the stigmatization, no, and a mama me for and papa for baby, yes, I had the bino. But for me, on the back of what I experienced, and in the miankasa, and you know, when we talk about these things, we always focus on the nipana DNA no, forgetting the bushing of when and of what or metran and. It is a very painful thing to sit and watch somebody you love grappling with the pain of mental health issue. And y'all no yare. In effect, when you yare bi. How many families stick behind their word, ne brother, ne cousin, ne niece? Our yare we. How many? How many of us? And for a lot of people, it is a lifetime event to be a see. Nti ene nipa no wa yare. You see a lot of young girls ene what they turn the body. But bia enipa ne bebie na no abeka asem akirewa. The person will tell you say time anu osua no na ne cousin bi, ne uncle bi, ne papa bi at a tender age. Ede ne nsa hyehyɛ n'ase. Ede nneɛma di no ɔde kwa biri kwaku donsuo no ankasa di ne baba. But yenka. And that is something we're going to talk about one of these days too. Sexual abuse. And then what it does to the victims. And also a topic I be discussing. All we are seeing is a 20-something-year-old. What didn't who bar for the one in Namwa or Chicha Mancrofo. That is all we see. But you didn't see time and Nani Pania 4 years, sir. Nani Papa Fano. Where you're 4 years and Nani were forbidden and Sasha Nasiana do the assume. You didn't see that. But you're quick to judge. Sana 70. Our families and 70 now, we're not allowed to talk about it. Woman nim send a brother be foul, but he doesn't even want to hear it. She knows wonim wanya honre, and she just wants you to forget about it. Mental health is a very funny thing. Look, I've spoken to Obia. Ne wofa fam. Emra no enye mfie nsia. Asem wo ka kire me ne se. Saa fa na ne wofa ne fa no ye ne nyankama de ese na sepoto ne nti no. Wo be si so a wo ye maame. When she was old enough to know what it is, she also decided say she would get her pound of flesh back. Nti ne mema no anopa obetimi afo obi afa no ewia no edibi anadwo no asan di obi next week no asan start foforo Monday to Sunday debia ne ne obefa no. She thought that would mask the pain that she was feeling inside. And to you and I listening to this conversation, I know a lot of you na den kwasia no obi afa wa no why should you allow so obi befa obi afa da obi afa da. Do you know what it means? And to me, I've learned in this life, say, when you don't understand something, don't be so quick to judge somebody. Because who was that to be animal? What name Nyankabe? If there's any help that we can offer, let's seek that rather than being so quick to judge other people for their actions or inactions. Mrs. say, you are no messy swanny baby, they are more than more mother chichem papa fwane and cocrafui, and the young men, Eddie Jessica, Eddie BSC dine, and I thought dine, I thought cat. What the pajerumu, what the land cruiser mu, what the way mu bevunu abegina social media, no bua to pajenje, ain't no happiness in none of that. Because there are days when they'll stand outside and look at themselves in the mirror and ask themselves, me pa na mama ni pa su mesi. What family? Some people are not just being raped the natural way. Some people are being sexually abused anally too. Inti animu say na chire so say. Look, guys. All I have to say this afternoon, my time, is that mental health is a real thing. The fact that you don't understand it, the fact that you've never been through it, doesn't mean, say, it doesn't exist. Doesn't mean, say, it shouldn't be given its due acknowledgement as a thing. And let us not be so quick to judge people when we don't understand behaviors, because especially when we are bipolar, no, and I make no, their behavior is very erratic. They will be this today, they are this 5 minutes later, they are 1 way 2 minutes, the next 5 minutes it's something else. Into the fact that you don't understand, the fact that it doesn't make sense to your head, doesn't make it something that does not exist. A idea woho. It's no misreyen. Misre wani di mu a. Wo de wuntimi nya hwe mani pa no abompae ma no. But thinking that you can solve problems that you don't understand just because you don't understand, being negative about it, and it doesn't move us forward as a people. And if you're not a nipa clinician, wona would diagnose nipa kro, and answer woni nipa ni ye adwuma na onim nsem etuetua mu a. My personal advice is to steer clear of things that comments that we ourselves no yenim asichire, and don't have the deeper understanding as to what it is. Because me, I lived it. I saw it. And it's changed me completely. Because I mean can be being for mental health many head and papa. I feel uncomfortable because I don't understand it. I don't have the medical training to talk about it. But I know it exists. I lived with somebody who had it. I'm related to Obia was Shan Hua Kung Fu because of it. And because of that, I have every sympathy in the world for people who go through mental health issues and the people who have to sit on the sidelines. Because it is not funny. It is not funny, especially when you live in Ghana. It's not funny. People talk without even using their brain. Say, if this was me, no obi kasa same way family ni mabusuafo ho amani beje ho ana. No. No. You haven't lived it. You don't know nothing about it. And so what ka ho asem. Yeah, you nsusun kasa. And niema bi ohonomu a, it's just best not to even say nothing at all. Unless, of course, like me kan, we a doctor. We na we treat patient. We na we ne koba. But unless you're any one of those things, the people who know the enormity of their problem, sometimes there's nothing that you can physically say to that person. And it makes you so exasperated. Say, sister, come say, sister, no who say, I didn't want to. But mental health is not something that you reason in your natural, your friend is saying, correct mind frame. No. Wopɛ sɛ wode w'adwene no a wow'adwene no ɛyɛ ɛsisi so papa no ɛde bu ne obi a n'adwene no atɔ kyima kakra no wɔɔyɛ no a ɛntɔ aso mu nyansa bi anim. And because you don't understand, the temptation is great for you to judge nipa koro. But pain na nipa ne fa mu no eja na eda nipa na dwene mu no sister ya de saa ya oni bi brewo a ka be kasa anu odin anu onunu papa nti ya ye nsusu ne ehwese ne be ka asem nafa. All I'm here to say is mental health is real. It's a thing. If you're related to somebody who's going through the thing, bueni pano, let them seek medical help and do everything you can to support them, because and yet easy journey. Some people have mental health issues their whole lives. Chemical balance into me so. But if you think about it, diabetes. Some people have diabetes their whole lives. Some people battle with cancer their whole life. Some people have migraines for their whole lifetime. There be an itipano. Yen na bibi bataye ho. It will be their mental health. No so ne dear no. Who dear tipaye? Who dear ya so guru ho? Will be their diabetes. Will be their blood pressure. Will be their cholesterol. But yen na yare. It's the same sympathy na yen ya yeti. Any ya to. Any ya nine. Any ya nsa. Yefu, yenufu, ye expect se will be benyate mane abadaye diama ye no. Sansu no obi nso adwene mu kanwa. For whatever reason na. Esesi ye nya sa atemane abadaye kro no a edeme nipa kro. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not an easy thing at all. It's not straightforward. And because ye adwene mu ade na yen ye pese de anisu ade hunu ebuo ni nti na ntoaso to you. But please, before you judge, think about it. That's why people that have some understanding should educate our people. You can do it in churches, among your friends, and do it all the time, not just sometimes. We need to talk more about this. Well, like I said, I'm not a medic, but I'm just talking about this because of my own personal experiences with mental health problems. I don't see myself as having was a qualification because I'm not a mental health practitioner, but I lived it, so I know. I can only talk from experience. And then me ankasa, me I've been through with bouts of depression of my own. What somebody doesn't think is an issue was a big issue for me. It's a big thing for me. I've said it countless times and I'll continue to say it. It's a part of my life that is so painful and traumatic for me. I have some very brilliant days, like today, I'm on top of the world. And then some days I have it tough. And when I do, I talk about it. It's hard for me to accept this thing. It's an ongoing process. Mental health doesn't just depart from you one day and now you're clinically sane, you are fine, nothing. And yes, I it. We cry, and yeah, one day now, no alpha trisilicate and it takes time. It's a constantly evolving thing. And it is always good to talk about it. And I do. And I get a lot of chastisement on social media about it. And we all know your issue. Why are you still talking about it? But it's my page. I can talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about. But men social media, no. I choose to talk about it. Some people don't. That is fine too. But the only person I can be is me, Ekuya Sika. I cannot be Sister Sika Bebu. Even though we have the same name, we're still very different. Mean to me, yes, Sister Nora. Mean to me, yes, Sister Ekuya Funwa. Mean to me, yes, Sister Aisha. Mean to me, yes, Sister Nanama. I can't be anybody else but me, Ekuya Sika Antonio. It's all I can be. So when some people try to want to take that away from me, I just don't even understand that. Because all I'm doing is working hard to be me. That's it. I'm managing me and doing me. That is still not good enough for some of you. Like, I just don't understand that. But you know what? I ain't wasting time thinking about what somebody thinks or whether they can understand or no. And home. I'm just busy living me and doing me. Take it or leave it. I know you're wawasem. Mental health is a thing. It's about time we start accepting that and also and allow people the space to be open about what my challenges and then talk about it so that we can all be a better people. Abrofu are not shy to talk about mental health problem. It's about time we learn to be sane and talk about things that are deep-seated, that are painful, that people shy away from discussing. Because I know yes, sir. What do people think? There be. It is what it is. And let's love more. Let's talk less, judge less, especially when we don't understand, so that we can be a better people. Nyansa me de Ghana fo de mpesa me de me ho bebo wo mu eye yensuban bi esese sesanti ena ma ye mu bi ekeka sansem no. Taking my dog for a walk, and I'm really enjoying listening to you addressing and opening up about mental health. Sister, it's been a journey. It's been 12 years in the making, and it's still tough. I still have issues. It's been 12 years. Me who skipping rope, I said, come to me. I should be able to look at a skipping rope as a skipping rope, but I still can't. I'm not even going to be apologetic about it. I can't. Mean to me, TV, yeah, show seeing I will be kuniho. Mean to me, even blood. I'm squeamish with blood anyway, but now even more so. I have it's almost as if I'm having a panic attack and I have to change. I have to either change the channel or walk away from baby idea. No, I can't deal with it. I haven't been able to deal with that thing. I can't, because I can't take it out of my head. And I mean, so no, as a person, I have a very vivid imagination. With the pictures, smells, baby I'm a wo. And I'm a kind some, and so 12 years on, I can still remember if you baby I know that the smell in the room, the color of everything. I can still remember everything 12 years on. That is me. Very photographic imagery. And a woman dream. So you can imagine the images of things that I have stored up in my brain. Yeah, no. Say nyame enhu me mobo. Na say tefa so a ne ebetimi asie. It's why I'm saying that mental health is a big thing. We cannot, diminish it or make it look like a nkwasi assembly. It is real. Happens to real people in real time. And a lifetime event to be na kwatwetwe saa nneɛma no nyinaa de ba. And sometimes it can be the most obscure things to you. You think it's obscure, but it's a big thing for them. Sister Aisha, I love you so much. Thank you so much for sharing our link now about Samaritans. Seriously, no. Wouldn't say be being right. You better go fix it. Stop worrying about Nyobibeka, what somebody will think, how they will feel, how they will judge me, what people will say. And no, screw everybody. This is your life. Your life. And you only have one shot at it. It will be bedjune, will be back can kwasiasem, one can in kwasiasem. This is your life here. That is how to approach things. Ebi mu suro say wɔn be seeking help because yɛn community ni mu no we are known for nkonkonsa. Wait here, ɔbɛkɔ akɔfrɛ wei na wakɔka akyerɛ ne sɛ wate si asi aso masi sei na ato no nti wonie wonim ɛyɛ saa adeɛ ne ɛyɛ nya nka koraa. But I got to the point where I couldn't be bothered anymore. I didn't care about what anybody had to say. It happens to me all by myself in that room. I'm going to talk about it. You can listen if you want. If you don't want to, you can go. And you're by force. But it is a real thing. I lived it and I know what I'm saying. Into misremu ani die mu a me nsa dansem kotodwe da fom. Mental health is a serious thing. It happens to real people in real time. We can't brush it off or sweep it under the carpet, pretend it's not happening, because it is happening. And the earlier we embrace it as a thing, and normalize it and make it a part of our daily living, the better we grow as a people. The better we make sure, say, resources are to give people the space to be able to heal from more challenges, the better. Because I don't think that Ghana is fully equipped yet to deal with the enormity of mental health challenges in Ghana. Even young men, a lot of them, because they feel said they failed in life, they have the problem. They have it, but they can't talk about it. But it's a chemical imbalance. It needs treatment. It needs constant kasachre. And yet kasa uni obi kasa one day. And I talked to him. I don't understand why she didn't hear what I said. People that have a chemical imbalance in their head, it doesn't just take one talking to. You have to follow through and do the thing. Nyasa wa ma promise, we need promise no so there be. When you say you're going to be there for them, make sure you actually mean you're going to be there. Don't make promise I won't mean keep it. Because it be a nipano. The last stop you are bibia. Until the person is able to slowly and gradually get out of that rut and start to see life in a whole new life. A long journey. It is a nipano donampa. You sacrifice and you do whatever it takes to get them there. I love you guys so much. So much. And I want to see progressiveness in your culture for a change. I haven't given up on life. I haven't given up on any single one of you. And I know we can make it happen together as a people. And to Sister Aisha, I thank you so much for being here. I thank you so much for sharing your share, you know. Samaritans link, no. Ehia me pa mo amuti England, no. Make use of that thing. And whatever other tools are available, completely anonymous. A lot of these lines, you know, they're open 24/7. And Naju assume there's still somebody that you can talk to. Canada, Hawaii, US, it's everywhere. Make use of it. Make use of it. Life is real. Mental health is real. Etunipa. Timumi anyintum. Nyankukupano. Enkoyenim. Sister Linda, God bless you. Sister Nora, God bless you. Sister Nanama, mo amukan ye nada. Irene, God bless Munina. I love you guys. Have a fantastic rest to your Sunday. Yeah, you move be sorry. I feel never my passion. But I had to have this conversation before I got out of bed. I love you. God bless you. Mwah. Bye-bye.
Sika educate, yeah, what Facebook, YouTube, and Insta. Sika educate, yeah, Casafa, Abumde, our real Punto. Sika educate, or don't come up, Rana, yeah, who are true. Sika educate, Unyani, baby, Sika educate. Ain't like you page, you know, I am vibe. One more than YouTube, subscribe it. Sika educate is the name. All our man them source and they come from. Inspiration, motivation, modern education. For Canada, when it's here, or don't come or Ekusika deba. For Canada, Bema Jai, or don't come or Ekusika deba. Sika educate, yeah, what Facebook, YouTube, and Insta. Sika educate.